Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. Today I've got a replay for you in the brand new Tier 9 American Premium Tank Destroyer, which was released today, the AAT60. So I've only got one replay to show you today, and mainly because it's a really good game, and also wanted to get this replay out just so you can see how good this tank really is and whether it's worth you picking it up on a purchase. So let's just briefly go over the stats of the tank. So you've got a top speed there of 67 kilometers an hour. So it's a tank which can move. It's very nimble. You can get around the map. Sometimes it's a little bit sluggish getting to that top speed, but not really. It's very mobile. You've got decent camo. I think I got the concealment down to about 258. You've got very good DPM. I think the reloads, about with the reload perks, etc., around 6.7 seconds with 420 alpha. So it's got very good DPM. The standard rounds are standard APCR rounds. You've got 251 penetration with fantastic shell velocity, over 1400 shell velocity. So you barely have to lead your shots at all. Very, very good. And then on the heat pen, you've got 325. So you're not going to struggle to, there's not going to be any tanks where you're not going to be able to penetrate with those two rounds. This tank is fantastic, and it's basically a tier 10 medium, and that's how this tank plays. I basically play it just like a medium tank. Wherever I take my medium tanks is where I play this tank. It's got good turret armor. So when you hold down using up 10 degrees of gun depression this tank has, you can bounce shots. The little ring around the turret can get penetrated, so you're not unpenetrable, but it has decent turret armor. And the only real weakness of the tank, which isn't a massive weakness, but the dispersion on the move is terrible, like really bad. Like when you're moving on the move, like the bloom is humongous, and that's the only weakness. But then what I say, it's not a that bad weakness because the aim time of like 1.7 is very good. So you only have to let that shell aim in, which it does quickly thanks to that fantastic aim time, and you're able to get your shots in. So that is basically a very quick rundown of the tank. Now what I've got for you today is one replay, a very good replay. This is probably the best game I had in the tank on the short time I've been able to play it. I'll probably get some more replays for this tank in a later date. But we're just going to get on there. I'm rambling now, so let's just get in the replay and you can see how the tank handles. Okay then, so here we are for the replay on steps. We are top tier, and there is no fun police in the game. So initially what we're going to do, we're going to push straight down this line, knowing that we are top tier, so we're feeling quite confident, and the fact that we've got the fantastic mobility. I'm actually hoping to try and take a gamble and get all the way to the end, so if tanks are camping in their base, I'm going to have good shots at them, and that's my initial thought process going in to this game basically. Try and get there quickly before we're able to get right up into the corner is what I want to try and prevent, catch them out in the open. So we spotted an enemy Panther going there, poor tier 7, because this tank does obviously see tier 7s being tier 9, and the Panther's come all the way over. There's the bad sort of dispersion, what I was talking about on the move, but here's a good aim time. It doesn't take long for you to aim in when you do stop, and we're able to slap that Panther as he tries to escape. Then bouncing a shot off a whole armor actually from this VZ, because the whole armor, although it's not the best armor, it's quite sloped, so you can bounce you can bounce shots off of the whole armor. The best place to pen this tank if you're playing against it is the lower plate. That is a weak point, and you want to shoot lower onto a lower point if possible. So this VZ here is in a kind of annoying position for me, but also, he hasn't got right up into the corner, which is what I wanted to really prevent because I had the mobility. I didn't want him to get all the way up in the corner and have easier shots onto me. I'm sort of hold down to this tank, and the VZ gets punished there badly for that poke trying to get a shot into us. Panther comes up, and we manage to get their kill in, picking up our first kill of the game. I believe the VZ is probably on reload now, and I'm going to try and deal with this Conqueror here because I will have shots when he's peeking like this. We put one in, and here's the reload. This reload is really good, for a tier 9 TD. With that sort of higher alpha damage you got, you can really pick up the damage quite quickly. So we're going to poke up now, and we're going to try and kill this VZ, because we've noticed in the top of the corner the majority of the team have gone that way. I don't want to hang about, I want to clear this. Unfortunately, I don't pen that shot because it's not great far in the move. I did think the VZ had shot all his clips, I saw him shoot earlier, but it looks like he was holding one shell, and we do eat that shot, unfortunately. But in the end, we've won this side, and we've still got 1,000 of our hit points intact with 3 kills. So it's worked out pretty well. But as you can see in the corner of the map, the majority of the team in the top left, that's where they are. I suspect there'll be a few tanks, kind of in the bases, which is what I'm looking for here. But I don't spot anything, so I start to go in. But there we do spot 2 tanks on the way. I don't get spotted because obviously the good camo, but I do want to get into a position where I'm not going to get caught out in the open from those tanks. Unfortunately, this wasn't the position I was thinking of. I was thinking I was on the next ridge, but I'm not. But it's not a problem. We've got shots from this position into that SDG. Unfortunately, we don't pen that shot, but we do track him in place, and we have shots available at this tank unless he reverses all the way around. And we still haven't got spotted, obviously, shooting through that bush there. One thing I forgot to mention about this tank at the start of the video, another really good feature about the tank, is the traverse speed is actually really good. So you can just sort of poke around the corner, get your shot in, and you can reverse back very quickly. And that's another factor which makes this tank so good there. I need to pick up the pace because I think our enemy team are winning on the other side. If they win too early, they're going to get in the base and put the cap pressure on. So I need to win and clear this side quickly. So this enemy Polish heavy tank is behind this rock. I know there's a medium tank potentially on the right which can shoot me, but I'm hoping to try and get behind this little rock here and take out this heavy first. But we spot the medium on moving, we get the kill, picking up our 4th kill. Polish heavy shot, but I'm also, there's that Carnarvon next, but he's not actually got shots at me from where he is. I'm going to try and just deal with this proto as quickly as possible. Thankfully I have help. We get 1 shot in, he gets a 2nd shot in, then he gets finished by our mill there, winning this side. But we are down on tanks, and the enemy team are winning on the other side. I suspect when we put the cap pressure on, the enemy team are going to have to be forced to either come back, or they're going to try and just carry on pushing to the cap. I want to try and get some damage on this Carnarvon X. I'm looking for try and get some easy shots while using this rock to my left to try and shield me from the enemy team. Unfortunately, Carnarvon X pushes too far around. We spot a 1-shot Conway, and we get that shot in, picking up our 5th kill. We've now got 30 seconds on our caps. The enemy team are going to have to come back for the reset. So I'm just going to poke to see if they cross in right across the map, see if I can get any shots in. We spot on a mill, and we manage to squeeze that shot in. But now we're detected. I don't like this location. If the enemy team are going to full send us here, I'm not in a strong position. They're going to take me out. So I need to sort of fall back. My plan is to get this rock, this ridge line behind where I was before, where I can actually use my gun depression. But firstly, I need to take out this Action X, which we do confirm in our 6th kill. Now, like I say, the plan is to use my teammates in the cap as bait, because they're coming back for the reset. They're not capping at the moment on our base. I'm almost positive they're coming back to get this reset, or they're going to lose the game. So I want to be in a position where I can be as effective as I can and cover our tanks, which is this position here. We get a shot into that TD. Like I said, we'll hold down now. We're using this tank to its effectiveness, and we're going to try and get a shot on the Progetto, who's gone straight in. He's got the reset for the team. He had the full send, or was going to lose that game. Trying to get a shot into that Scurv. Unfortunately, he just gets down below my gun line, not able to get a shot in. But we overpeak here, get a shot into that heavy, trying to help out our teammate there. And he does get shut down, thankfully, by our Mill 2. Enemy T95, full health. We're going to try and pen the lower plate here. We can't do it, so we swap to the heat shell, so we're not going to struggle penning that lower plate. At this point, I'm trying to help our heavy, because when he dies, I'm going to be left by myself. We get a shot into T95, and we block it from our turret with that good turret armour which we have there. And that's helped us out there. Didn't want to lose those hit points. Trying to get shots into this Scourge. Unfortunately, it does look like my teammate's going to die, and he does, leaving us into a 1 versus 3, which is far from ideal. We'll get a punishing shot into that T5, the turtle pushing us. But at this point, I'm trying to get one more shot in just to make this tank as low health as we can, and we do, and we ammo rack him. But the Scourge is coming behind me. I need to kill tanks now. If I get caught with the Emil pushing me and this Scourge and the T95, I'm dead. I have to kill this tank kind of straight away here. We'll eat one, but it's okay. We've got the kill now on this tank. We're going to beat his reload. We get that in, confirming our 7th kill, putting us onto 7,000 damage. 2 tanks remaining. I thought about trying to escape, but I realised, you know what, I just don't have the time to escape. If I try and escape, I'm probably going to get clipped out by that Emil 2. The Emil 2 comes around the corner. Thankfully, he bounces a shot. I'm thinking I'm still over here. I'm just trying to wiggle, trying to eat the shots. And I do eat that shot off the track. I've shot 2, try and get hold down. He's now bounced the 3rd shot. He can't kill me, and he actually misses that last shot, and we take him out. Thankfully, getting us 8 kills and putting us on 8,000 damage on a T95, which is a 2-shot. Now, this is a good situation because the T95 is slow. I'm going to be able to outmaneuver this tank. He's not going to be able to flank me. I just need to try and be patient because I've got 7 minutes on the clock. I've got a lot of time. I can take my time to try and kill this tank because obviously I am a one-shot to the T95 if he's using a big gun there. So I want to be very careful here. Looking for a shot. Unfortunately, I pull back in because I don't want to eat a shot. Like I say, I've got to be careful. I don't want to throw this game away. I've had a decent game. I'm going to lose my spot here. There's no point poking a ridge where he's going to be aiming exactly where we're going to be poking from. Let's lose our spot first and then try and poke that ridge again. Again, using our good turret armor, we could bounce a shot and try and bait the shot off of our turret, bounce it and then go for the kill. The problem I've got with that is, like I say, the turret ring around the tank, that little bit, you can pen it. It's a good chance I probably would bounce him, but I don't want to take the risk because obviously if I could eat one shot it would be okay, but I can't. So I'm just trying to keep him guessing where I poke to try and get an easier shot in. Hopefully he's not quite looking my way and I can get that shot in here. Go for the shot. I'm not going to have the gun the pressure in there. I'm going to have to poke too high. It would kill me if I committed to that poke. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to lose my spot again. Try and figure out a way to kill this tank. He's playing it well with T95 because he realises in the slow tank. What I want him to do is get in the open. If he gets in the open, then it's going to be an easy kill. I'll get behind him and it's game over. But he's putting his back against the wall, making it very difficult for me to do that. I'd have to take a chance to get a shot. Like I say, I might have been able to kill him by just poking and blocking the shot, but I don't want to take that gamble and try and just relocate to try and force him to get in a worse position. I do get detected, but the T95 has no shot on it. At this point, I'm just trying to relocate and almost come behind the T95. That's at least my plan here. I get detected leaving, which is annoying. I kind of wanted to keep him guessing. I didn't want to get lit there. I wanted to get across unlit, and then I could have come up behind the tank. I do get lit though, so I'm going to have to lose this spot. I'm trying to just bait him around. If he gets, these are two things. If he pushes up in the open here, then I'm going to have good kills. I might be able to outspot him and get the kill on this tank. If he gets in our cap circle, that's good for me because I know exactly where they are. There's not many places in that cap circle which is going to be safe. So that would be a good scenario for me to happen. But the clock is starting to tick. I've got 4 minutes 40, so I've got enough time. But I want to be careful I don't waste too much time now, being too cautious trying to kill this tank. I think I'm going to have to accept the fact that I'm going to have to go in and battle this tank. I'm not going to. He's not falling for any baits at this point. He's playing quite well, so I'm just going to have to go for this. I'm going to go straight across the middle road, go back for him. And if he's still in that location, then I'll be able to get up on the ridge above him, and then I should be able to take him out. That's at least my plan. But obviously he could have tried to relocate, but he hasn't gone in the cap circle, so if he hasn't, so I know he's not gone through that. He could have gone around it, but it's not a particularly quick tank. I'm hoping I can just try and catch this tank out. That's exactly what I want to happen. I only need one opportunity to get behind the T95 if he gets caught out in the open, and then it's game over. But we're going to come up onto this ridge. We're not getting spotted. At this point I'm starting thinking he actually might have just moved to the corner now, which would be the smart thing to do. Move to the corner of the map, and then maybe it was a mistake me trying to run off while I had him trapped. But that's the decision I made at the time. And as you see, he's not here, so now I am almost positive he's gone to this corner of the map because he can't really escape anywhere. It's not quick enough. So I'm going to try and basically, if he's in the corner, maybe I'm going to try and go up on this ridge here, might be a good play, but I'm just going to poke around and see, you know, what way, see if he is there. I'm going to slow down there. I don't really want to get caught out. And unfortunately, there he is. But we managed to get that one shot in, and that's good because now we have put him on a one shot. We did catch him out slightly and get the shot in. He's just coming around for us here. I'm just going to pull back. Yeah, I'm going to be able to escape him. My plan is to go up onto this ridge and then try and look for the shot on the tank and see if we can get the kill this way. Got 2 minutes 40 on the clock. He's backed up in the corner again. We're going to try and get one into Capola. He's missed, so now we have an opportunity just to go for this kill here while he's on reload. Looking for a shot in the lower plate, but he's hidden it, so we go for the Capola. Unfortunately, it doesn't pen. And now he's sort of tucked into that corner. But obviously there's two ways, there's three ways I can attack him. Up on this ridge, I can go left or I can go right. He can't really cover all the angles. The best bet for him to do really is just back right up into that corner, to put his back against the wall, to make it as hard as I can to try and get the kill. I'm going to try and go around this way, see if we can get the shot in. Just going to try, got to be very careful going around the corner just in case he is just absolutely hard aiming this side. He is around the corner. I have to pull back. I think he try and get a shot in. He then fires. I'm probably going to beat the reload here to get one into this T95. We're just going to wait. We're hoping to try and get one into a lower plate. He's turned for us, but we get the shot in and we just get it in through the lower plate, picking up the kill at last, as it did make it quite a hard work trying to kill that T95 in the end. But we did do it, and we got 9 kills, 8,600 damage. Got the 1v3 in the end, 2,300 blocked, 600 assistance. So that is it for this replay. I probably will get more in this tank. I mean, is it worth it? I mean, obviously it's hard to say when people are spending their own money on something. All I can say is Thankyou is incredibly strong, potentially overpowered really, to be honest. It's essentially a tier 10 medium. I don't really like to say something's overpowered straight away just because, you know, tank's only just come out. I haven't been able to play it a lot, but it probably is. It's incredibly strong and it is fun to play. So that is it for the replay, but as always, thank you so much for your support and happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!